So I said that I'd be doing a new video series based around 3D printing in Airsoft. And yes, I have been messing around with the printer, doing some conversion kits. I've printed quite a few now, just testing this, that and the other. And I've got to a point where I want to start showing you guys what I've been doing and the cool stuff that you can find online. Now the first kit transforms the Action Army AAP-01 into a gun from the game Cyberpunk 2077, and it's none other than the Lexington Militech Lexington. I'm not too sure on the lore of the game or anything like that. And this is a 3D printed kit to turn an AAP-01 into that gun from the video game. And as I'm sure you'll agree, this thing looks absolutely great. So there's a couple of versions of this kit online. Some are more expensive than others. One is free, which I think is on Thingiverse or Printables or something like that. And I did start printing that, and with that kit what you have to do is you print the upper piece like this, and you take the internals like the bolt and everything out, and you slide it into that piece, and then you attach the front end. Now this one is actually probably the most expensive set of files that you can buy online, and this was on Cults. I'm not going to link to where this is on Cults. It's very easy to find. Go on to Cults 3D, put in AAP-01 Cyberpunk or whatever like that, and you'll see one. It's about €18, £15 for us here in the UK. I'm not sure what the dollars is on that, but it's probably about the same-ish, 18, 20 euros. And this was the most expensive kit, and the guy in the comments, well, in the description of the listing, was saying that he'd been working on this for a couple of years, and he was trying to get something that was more accurate to the kits that were available out there. I started printing the free kit, and to be honest, I abandoned that and I went and bought the files for this. I'm so glad that I did, because this kit is leaps and bounds ahead of the free one. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will already have noticed that the inner barrel is slightly protruding out of the end of the kit here, and that's just something that I'm going to have to, change and reduce the size of the barrel. But you can see this is done in just basic PLA in black, so it's got that little bit of a sheen to it. I think I would like to try and find someone who's good at, maybe painting miniatures or something like that. Maybe Gear Tech Customs can help and sort of just take this 3D printed kit and just make it a little bit more realistic and make it. There are quite a few skins in the game, I think, that you can do, but perhaps I can make it look a little bit better with something like that. Now, there are things that you will need for this kit. So you buy, obviously, the files. You need a printer to print them. You've got the main piece of the body here, which actually it's not something that you put the bolt into. So this whole kit goes over the top of the original bolt, and I like that because it keeps all the inner workings and everything true. You haven't got, rough sliding edges where the bolt goes into on the 3D printed, on the other version, the free version. And this one comes with like all the trademarks and stuff like that. It might be a little bit hard to see because of, obviously it's 3D printed. But yeah, it's very, very cool looking. And this is just a bog standard AAP that I've put into this. Got a gas magazine here just so I can show it you functioning. But the reason why I'm showing this kit off first, because it's the first kit of all the ones I've done, and I have done a few. I've done like there's a guy on Cults that sells really expensive conversions. He's done like the PM9, I think it is, which I bought, and the PP2K. Now the PP2K, the PM9 kit that he did, and it's like what, 20-30 euros. Needed heavy modification to get it to work. The PP2K kit was even worse. So I will cover those kits, but this one, I printed it, it's gone on, it works phenomenally. I have been playing around with print settings, trying to get, the thing looking a little bit better. And I will continue to do so, because I think what I'll end up doing is just picking up another AAP, perhaps when they're on special offer, and just build this into a dedicated pistol that I'll leave the kit on and leave it as it is. So, all the same features of your AAP. Now you will still have access to the hot wheel here. You could very easily, if you're running a low key, drill through the kit and have a TDC, which is probably something that I will do. I'll probably pull the Loki out of the CTM upper that I have. I can't remember what this is set to. So this is set to semi-auto, so, you know, let's point it in the safe direction first. So it's still super snappy. You've got semi-auto, and you just access the lever there to give you select to fire. This is an airsoft gun. YouTube, don't get too antsy. So this thing works really well. You know, performance-wise, it's not something that we really need to talk about because it's literally a bog standard AAP. It's still got the same inner barrel there, which you'll see. What I'll probably do with this is maybe just trim it down to the end of the sort of faux barrel here. Now, the only downside to this kit is the barrel screws in to hold the kit together. So I'm just going to pull this off here. There's no real easy way to grab it. So it's the same 14mm counterclockwise thread. What I'd probably do is, if I'm taking this apart a lot, I'd just print, you know, the barrels are really easy to print. They take no time at all. I'd just print a couple just so I don't tarnish it up too much. So let's just pull this off here. I could also make this part out of aluminium. It's a really simple design. It's literally just a tube with a thread, and it's got this little cutout section on the front here. So I could make that out of aluminium, maybe put like a hex in the end so I can get an Allen key in there, who knows. So that holds the front section here like this. You will need a small threaded adapter, so you can get the Action Army one, which I've had here. I bought this ages ago and I've never used it until now. I've had a use for it, but you can also get free files for this part where you can just 3D print that as well. So you'll see here there's a couple of little bits and pieces of the print. So this piece here is separate, so you just obviously glue that in place. You get the iron sight you see there, which is held in with a little 2mm screw and a 2mm nut. It's good to go on Amazon and just buy these like assortment of screw sets because it had everything that I needed. So the kit also comes with a different iron sight, so you can put a fibre optic in it. And it also comes with different rear sights. You get a adapter included in the kit, so if you want to run an acro, you've got an adapter for that. It also comes with a wrist style adapter if you want to put just a red dot on there. And once we've got the front barrel off, we can press the button at the back and we can just lever that off like so, because the way I would probably want to run it, and I haven't done this yet, so I'm not even sure if this will work, is I'd probably want to run my Infinite kit on there. Now you'll see the CTM lower is a little bit wider, so I'd have to just maybe remove a little bit material so this thing would go straight in, or I could put does the Infinite kit fit the original grip? I'm not too sure. So that would be an easy thing to fix, and then I can run it there and I can run it on HPA and do all that good stuff. But for the time being, we could just leave the standard lower on there. The back section again is just a back, you know, piece that mimics that of the replica in the video game, and you just need, I think this is an M5 screw like that, and we just can slide that back on there, and then this just screws into that thread which holds the front end on. It is a bit of a bummer that you have to, you can turn this on by hand, but you can't. It's almost like you can't torque it enough to tighten the front end on properly. So I just use some grips. Now I could put a bit of rubber over this when I do it just to not mar it up, but again, like I said, when it comes to getting all this ready, what I might even do is print this in, like have it done in MJF or something like that, so it's really nice and precise. So yeah, there you go. That's how you get the Lexington, I can't remember the model number of the one in the game, but the Cyberpunk 2077 pistol. Just how cool is this? I can't stop playing with it. You've got an AAP in there, which is a phenomenally performing pistol out the box, and then you just put this kit on and it just turns it into something really cool. So I can't wait to somehow get this painted up. Maybe I'll talk to Gear Tech, or maybe I'll just see if there's any model makers out there that fancy a crack at sort of getting this all like sort of painted up, and maybe a bit of like weathering and stuff on there. If you fancy doing that, hit me up. You can get in the Discord. The link will be in the description below. And yeah, I'd more than happily love to show your work off. And I think this will be one of those cool little pieces that is just a little bit unusual. So it'll still go in the AAP holster, I believe. What do you think of this kit now? In terms of other kits out there, it is a little bit pricey. That €18, I think it's worth it. You get all the accessories. You get 2 different uppers or like receiver covers, and you get a load of accessories, like I said. And it would be very easy to, rejig the files and put like a threaded extension on here if you wanted to run a tracer. I'm not sure you could run a tracer in there, it's a bit too narrow, but you run a tracer, you run a suppressor, anything, all that good stuff. So this is the opening video of the 3D printed series. We won't only be covering the AAP. I think it's just one of those guns where it's just so heavily supported that all the kits seem to use it for this platform just because it's so accessible and parts are cheap. So thanks for doing this video. Hope you liked it. Look at this. I can't stop playing with it. It's just, I hope it comes through on camera as good as it looks in real life. So there it is. Thank you as always for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Links in the description. Check them out. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video.